So I wanted to thank you guys all for joining us today. John and I have been working on this for a while now, and while we have experience doing talks and workshops in person, this is our first ever webinar, so we're excited that you guys get to share that experience with us and hope that you guys can take away some value from tonight, and we'll be able to share something that you can take away and apply to your business. So we'd like to start off with a little bit of a shameless plug. We'll give you a little background on ourselves so that for you guys that might know us or not know us can have a little bit of context. So John and I have about 15 years of experience in digital marketing. We've worked on local, national, and even some international campaigns. So, you can find out more about our client work on our respective websites, but we really like honing in on a few aspects of digital marketing, that being social media strategy, e-commerce growth, and content marketing. My personal background, I'm born and raised in Miami. I'm founder of Rojano Communications, and we mainly focus on social media marketing. We also partner and collaborate with other agencies like John and 54 Digital to make projects come to life. So I'll let John speak a little bit more about himself and his background.
Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining us on our first ever webinar. We're excited to provide some value for you guys. David and I have been working together for a while on several projects, working with the NAACP, Lincoln's Beard. Our focus is primarily on marketing strategy, and that can vary from social media to e-commerce and content marketing. So we want to keep it brief. We don't want to harp on this too long. We want to get into providing you guys a lot of value. So let me show you the agenda. So basically, we're going to be going over Facebook right now, as in how it's doing and where it's headed. And then we're also going to give you a Facebook ads breakdown of best practices and things that we've seen with our case studies. And then we're also going to show you guys how to target with pinpoint precision. Facebook has so many data points on us as individuals that we can provide a lot of value and be able to target our person that we want specifically. And then lastly, we're going to close out for a Q&A. So we're going to answer any and all of your questions in real time to make sure that happens.
Hold up, someone says the audio's gone.
Audio gone? Okay, hold on. Type 1 if you guys can hear us.
Okay.
Okay, Alejandro, did you make sure? Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, audio's back. Okay, great. And then we're going to open up for Q&A. So we wanted to go over briefly Facebook's ad revenue. So this is how much money they make from Facebook ad spend, right? So we're in 2017 right now. They're at 12 billion. In 2014, it was at 5 billion, right? So it's almost tripled. And then by 2018, it's going to be $15 billion spent on Facebook. So businesses need to jump on this ASAP to be able to leverage a lot of this Facebook ad revenue.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off that idea, the reason why you've seen the revenues go up and more advertisers spend time on it is because they see that's where people's attentions are at. You have 1.7 billion monthly active users on Facebook. They're spending not just time there, but a lot of attention in terms of throughout the day. They're sharing their interests. They're connecting with people. People are building communities online. So advertisers are realizing that this is an opportunity to jump in and be a part of that conversation. The other important part is that it's not just any users like Snapchat that might have teenagers or younger audience that may not have the capital or the money to buy the products and services you are selling, but you have 72% of US online adults on there. So if you're worried about you might not be hitting an audience that can yield returns or get you that return on investment, Facebook has it right now because you got a lot of people that are older and wealthier joining it, and you just have a user base that's a lot more well-rounded than any other.
Also, there are 100 million hours of Facebook videos watched every day. So that tells us that Facebook is looking to be a direct competitor with YouTube. So they want to make sure that they're giving video more exposure than other content. So with video, it ranks better on Facebook, especially when you upload your video native, meaning you're uploading the actual video file to Facebook and promoting that. It really helps with scope because you can get a ton of views for a really low cost, and Facebook wants to be a direct competitor with YouTube. Also, this one's will blow your mind a little bit, right? So there are 50 million active small business pages on Facebook currently, but only 2.5 million of those businesses pay to be active advertisers. Sorry. So that tells us that there is a ton of space for small business to promote their content via Facebook, and we're going to show you a ton of Facebook content to kind of give you a guide on what to do.
And kind of to round up everything that we just went through really fast, it's like, what does this all mean? We gave you a bunch of stats, we gave you a bunch of information, but it really boils down to Facebook has a massive user base of people. They're spending a lot of time on there, but yet these brands are not using it to its fullest potential. And that's the opportunity that we see, and that's how we jump in to help brands reach that potential. So what we want to start off with is by giving you a little bit of it's a simple checklist. I mean, we're not going to break down to show you how to create a Facebook ad account. We're assuming that you've done this, you've created the account, you've added a payment method, and now you can start creating the magic that is with your Facebook ads and reaching these audience members. You know, if you have any issues with this, please let us know offsite, and we'll try and help you out with that. But we're going to jump into more of the Facebook ads platform right now with John.
Okay, guys. So let me delete some of these marks in our practice session. So when you get to Facebook ads, this is the main page that you get to. And it can be a bit confusing for someone who hasn't seen it before. Facebook changes this periodically. We want to give you a brief overview of each of these items. So Facebook segments ads into 3 sections: awareness, consideration, and conversion. So with awareness, any ads that you create with awareness are basically to drive people to understand and know what your business is. So brand awareness, for example, is going to be Facebook like campaigns. So you're going to want people to like your page so that you can create more awareness for your business. Local awareness is pretty much the same. It's just creating a geofence or a location around you to target your awareness to people around your location. And then lastly is reach, right? So awareness is really just to get people to say, hey, you know, this is my brand. This is what we do. You're not really looking for a conversion or any type of action from them, right? So secondly, consideration gives you these options. Now, consideration is someone thinking about your brand and wanting to leave Facebook in order to do an action, right? So traffic is a website click. So your ad is going to be able to have a call to action where they can click to a specific page on your website. Engagement is pretty much the same, but you want them to either comment, share, or like your content. So they're creating an action. App installs is, of course, to install a mobile app on iOS or Android. Video views is to promote video content on Facebook. And then lead generation is really cool because you can create lead gens on Facebook that drive form completions via Facebook. So if someone does a lead generation form, they'll automatically get an email with that lead generation info. And then the third option is conversion. This is the most important one. And for this one, you're going to need a Facebook pixel installed on your website. We'll talk about that more a little bit later, but that's crucial to your success for Facebook ads. Facebook conversions are great because it takes the data of people visiting your website and converts that and helps you reach the right individuals. So quick example, if you're going to do a conversion for, let's say, your e-commerce store, it'll take the data on people that created or made purchases on your website, and it will be able to target other individuals that have similar attributes. So conversions is probably the best one for e-commerce and creating real conversions on your site.
Perfect. Yeah, and we're going to show you this landscape of how Facebook showcases ads and pretty much the inventory that they have available to you where you can create an ad. As you can see, you have the Facebook newsfeed on desktop, which is this big main block. This is what you're doing right now if you're on a desktop. You have the right column ad on the right side of the screen if you're on desktop as well. Then you have the mobile, and mobile doesn't have any sidebar, so it's just in-feed ads. Same thing with Instagram. So these are the placement options they have available right now. They also have some in-stream ads and some audience networks that they use with other third parties, but these are the basic ones that you should really focus on right now. So to jump into it, we have right column ads. And this is something that you would kind of use as a supplementary or add on to a campaign. I would not advise using right column ads as your main driving force for ads. At the end of the day, it's very close to a banner ad on a website, and the only reason you click those is by accident. So make sure that if you use this, it's just for awareness or to give a little bit more exposure, but don't leverage this as the main driving force for any ad campaigns you may be doing. The other part would be website traffic ads. These mostly go in your news feed, whether it's desktop or mobile. In this example, we have Amazon, who is offering a special deal of the week or the deal of the day, and they're trying to drive you offsite to go to their website. So what you have to do is to make sure that this ad is very targeted, because this might not be relevant to most people and it will just come off as something spammy. You need to make sure that if you're going to take people offsite, that you're relevant, because they're really on Facebook for other reasons. And if you're going to take them and disrupt their experience, you better give them a really good reason to do so.
Then next up, we have boosted posts. These are important because you want to be able to reach your entire fan base, right? So let's say your page has 1,000 followers. You send out a Facebook post. Only about 3 to 6% of people will see it organically, meaning if you post it without spending any money towards Facebook ads, only a small percentage of people will see it. So what boosted posts do is it boosts that post to your entire Facebook fan base, right? So you can reach your entire fan base, those 1,000 people, and then you can also reach their friends as well. So boosted posts work really well for brand awareness content that you want to get more engagement. Then next, we have our ads. I'm going to show you guys a live example as well. So let me go into my desktop. So Facebook offer ads are really cool because they can be offers that people can claim on Facebook without leaving the platform. So they can claim that, and they're either able to claim it online or bring it into the store with them to use in real time. So let me let David handle the brand awareness ad.
Yeah, I mean, and these are different ad sets and different ad types that Facebook is creating, and they change this on a regular basis. So the offer ads have recently gone through a change, but you have to stay on top of all these different types that they create. Moving on to brand awareness. In this case, we have a post that's supposed to drive likes and build page likes, but at the same time, it's also providing them with an offer in case that they want to leave or to learn more about different deals that they've got going on. So in this case, you're just trying to build your page profile. You're trying to gain followers and trying to, and in the process, also offer something that's of value to your customers. So this is just one example by NatureBox. They're trying to get people to sign up with their free trial. And then moving on, carousel ads are another option you have in case that perhaps you want to showcase a product or various products in different ways. This is one format to do it all in one, as opposed to doing various ads or having to create a video to showcase different things. Carousel is an option for you to use different photos and drive people to these various sites or landing pages. So sometimes it works better for specific projects, other times it does not. You really got to A/B test to make sure that which ad type is working best for you.
And just to piggyback on what David said, with the carousel ads, they also have an additional option where based on the images that are getting clicked the most, Facebook will put those images and the text towards the front of the ad so you can get more engagement. Also, so we wanted to break down the different Facebook audiences, right? So there are 3 different types, and I'm going to break them down brief here, and then we're going to go into detail together. So number 1 is custom audiences. These are audiences that you create from specific data. So for example, if you have an email list, what we'll do with that email list is you can upload it to Facebook and be able to target those people on email. Now, why is that important? Let's say you have an event coming up. You want to be able to target those people that are already familiar with your brand. Saved audiences, which we'll get into later as well, is just audience lists that you save that you can use later on. And then thirdly, lookalike audiences are audiences based on your email list of people that have similar attributes on Facebook. So let me start with custom audiences. Custom audiences is an awesome way to look at your existing customers and be able to connect them using this audience. So for example, if you have a customer list of data from your site, like an email address, all you need to do is take that email list, upload it to Facebook, and you can target those people digitally. Now, what will happen is if you have, let's say, a list of 1,000 people, you usually converts about 400 to 500, so about half. So you'll be able to target all those people with Facebook ads relevant to them that are already familiar with your brand.
Yeah, and to kind of cap that off, a lot of times you might get an email opt-in that is an email that they're not using on Facebook, so they might not be able to connect the dots and say that this account, this email address is connected to a certain person. So that's why you get that drop off of like 50%. Moving on to saved audiences. These are audiences that you can craft individually. I think that John was going to show us an example of what it would look like to have a saved audience that you can craft on your own. So on this page, you'll see some of the examples that he's created. If he scrolls over some of these, you'll be able to see the details behind it. So you'll be able to see the age range and the people that are in terms of their interests and the location. All this stuff goes into what you can save and what you can filter as your audience that you want to reach. So, we can go more in depth in this, but we really wanted to show you that you can go in there and really have a granular level approach to these ads and really focus on people that you want to target and not just be a broad audience. So going back to the presentation, with these saved audiences, you can save these for use at any time. So whether it's one event or multiple events, if you want to target that audience, you can do it over the course of time and go back to it. And then lookalike audiences. John said, let's say you import an email list and it has just 100 people or 1,000 people, and now you want people that are similar to that email list. So Facebook will scrub that against their user base, and they will be able to match people that quote unquote look alike your audience. And essentially, they have same behavior, same interests, and it grows that audience to a massive size. It could be 2, 3, 4 million. And then you can further refine that later on in terms of location. But if you want to find people that are similar to your existing user base, this might be a good idea to test it out.
So in crafting an audience, you want to think about the attributes of your ideal consumer, right? So you want to think about what TV shows they watch, what TV shows would be relevant. You also want to look at where they shop, specific to online e-commerce stores. You also want to take a look at who they follow on social and who they have an affinity towards. Then you want to look at where they work and what they read. And you can find all of that info using audience insights. And we didn't want to get into it on here today because it's a lot of info. But if you go to Facebook and you check out audience insights, you can put in specific interests like travel, vacation, whatever you'd like. And then it will show you people that have those interests that also might like Netflix or ESPN. It'll show you different attributes based on that person. So be sure to check out audience insights. If you guys have questions during the Q&A, we'll be happy to answer them. But we wanted to give you as much value as possible before we stop. So one example, we want to show you an audience example, right? So what we do, this is the Love Travel and e-commerce brand. What we'll do is we'll do our Facebook research by doing this, right? So we create these spreadsheets that have an interest. Let me show you guys where it's at. Okay, so now you guys should see the spreadsheet. So we create different spreadsheets with different tabs, right? So this tab is for travel celebrities. So we want to be able to target travel celebrities with our travel products. And what we're doing is we're targeting the followers of those pages. So Nomadic Matt, he's a big blogger, right? He has 127,000 followers on Facebook. What we want to do is be able to target the people that follow him with product. Right? So we create these segments and we call this Love Travel, Travel Celebs 1. So we have this complete list of individuals. And I'll show you guys this in our list. Hold on one second. Travel websites. Boom. Okay, so travel websites. So this is the audience that we created to be able to target those individuals. And then we have the age group here and their interests as well. And now what I'll do is I'll just put this live with one sale just so we can see that we're getting sales from it. But it's an important idea to create these saved audiences and record everything in a spreadsheet so you can remember it later on. Let me go back to where we were. So by doing that, you can identify your interest groups. You can build interest groups like we did, and then you can test those with Facebook ads. Then once you test, you categorize your interest groups into ones that have either accumulated a sale or haven't accumulated a sale. That way you have a record of all of the content that you're dealing with. So with that being said, one of the first things you need to do before you even start with Facebook ads is install a Facebook pixel. Now, what a Facebook pixel does is it's a piece of code that goes on your website, kind of like Google Analytics. And what it allows you to do is leverage actions people take on your website across their devices. So for example, let's say someone visits your site, they're going on and they're shopping, they leave your site without making a purchase. With the Facebook pixel install, you can actually create a Facebook ad that targets individuals that went on your website, went to the purchase page and didn't buy. So the Facebook pixel has tons and tons of information that's gathered over time that you're able to leverage. So this is one of the first things you want to do. In the Q&A, we'll be happy to answer any of your questions, but this is one of the first things you want to do with Facebook.
And I also jump in because they really have done a good job of integrating with websites like Shopify. So if you have a Shopify site, it's really simple to integrate the Facebook pixel, and there's a lot of tools that they offer just with the integration. But I actually just found out about another plugin in case you use WordPress and you have a WooCommerce plugin on your site. You can use a new plugin. Hit me up after so I can send you the link to it. But it's a really dope tool that allows you to target these audiences on those same segments that John was talking about, whether they abandon a cart, whether they visit certain pages. It's a really cool tool to use in case you're trying to drive sales with Facebook and you have an e-commerce site. So another example we wanted to jump into, we wanted to start breaking down some of these case studies and examples we've done with clients. So we started working on a client called Lincoln's Beard Brewing. It's based in Miami, Florida. And we started a video campaign that was promoting their Bark and Brew event, which is pretty much like a dog happy hour. Everyone, dog owners bring their dogs, and there's discounts for anyone who attends. So we wanted to target a few different people. Obviously wanted to target people in the area that are dog lovers, but also love beer. Then at the same time, we want to target local beer enthusiasts because, it's still a brewery and people who want to drink beer are going to go drink beer regardless. And then lastly, we also wanted to target the followers and their friends because they already know about us and have an extended network that might want to come to join us at Lincoln's Beard. So here's a breakdown of how the ads went down. We spent $350 on this campaign. We reached over 68,000 people, got a ton of engagement. And the biggest part was that compared to the previous event, which we did not do a video ad, we had an increase of 30% in sales at the store. So we were able to show, also comparing that there was no other advertising or promotion going on besides what we were doing, that this was a direct effect to what we were doing and showing that video is very powerful right now. So make sure that you're leveraging these video ads while it's still affordable because Facebook's making it very lucrative for you to do so. Another example is a client called Sick Cups, and this was during the holiday season. It used to be a GIF there. It's not working right now. But what happened is that we asked consumers to share their favorite ornaments or decoration around the house and, for a chance to win a free cup. And we had over 92 comments, and most of them were people commenting with images of their tree, their pet, their decorations. It was pretty amazing to see people engage on it. And that's something that you can do to engage with your audience and make an ad or a promoted piece of content a little bit more strong, because now it's not just a piece of information you're putting in front of them, you're making them involved, you're bringing people into the mix, and the results were good. So I'll let John go into another example of his with community health.
Yeah, so community health, we do a lot of their monthly content in regards to Facebook ads. So we created a campaign to get people to sign up for an event. We targeted people 18 to 51, people with interests like Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, and Medicare, and the results were pretty amazing. So we had 637 website visits, a relevant score of 8 out of 10. That just means that Facebook makes the cost lower. And then we had 179 form signups and 31 location visits. So this event did really well. A lot of people showed up to the event, and it was all because we used their email database to target those individuals. So next up, we wanted to show another case study. This is for movement watches. Basically, they use carousel ads to really boost their sales. They do minimal timepieces and they promote affordable carousel ads, right? So we saw a 1.8 time increase in click-through rates, which is amazing, right? And then we saw a 3 time lower cost per acquisition compared to other advertising platforms. Then we saw a 25% increase in click-through rate using carousel ad creative optimization. So that tells us that you want to use high-res images for your content. You want to make sure your image is brief, to the point, and that people can understand it thoroughly.
Yeah, I mean, and these are examples that, we have a lot more that we can provide you with, but these are some key examples that we wanted to break down. We're pretty much hitting the 30-minute mark, and we wanted to break down the final segments of what we're going to be going through. So a few things that we're going to be doing is discussing, future topics of discussion for other webinars. It'll be, content marketing, e-commerce strategies, Instagram marketing. The list goes on. But what we want you to do is actually take a part in helping us decide what the next topic of discussion will be. So what we've created was a little survey. It's about 5 questions. It should take about 2 minutes. And it help us decide what this topic's going to be. And we'll actually drop in the link in the chat, but the slide will show you, where to go. I would also just drop it in because the link works better when you just drop it in the chat. You got to make sure it's case sensitive. So if you guys could please give us some feedback, we would love it. And after everything is over, I would love to have your survey feedback so we can improve this moving forward. And now we'll pretty much open it up to Q&A. I know that we went through a lot and there's a lot more to cover, but we appreciate your time and we're looking forward to your questions.
Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, we got one already. Jalissa asked, will you guys be going into B2B Facebook ad campaigns? Jalissa, we wanted to do a brief overview for the first webinar, but we'll be happy to get into specifics in our next webinar as well. And, you can always contact us and ask us any questions that you might have. Hold on one second. We're going to retype the link. Did the second link work for you guys? Okay, it works. You're typing yes. Okay, great.
That one should work.
Okay, let's see. You want to answer the next one? It is what AJ Falcon asks, what's initial investment needed to get started and test the waters?
I mean, this truly depends on what your business is. And I know, AJ, you're a DJ, but I don't know if you're referencing anything else in terms of another business model that you're trying to achieve. Facebook is pretty affordable. I'll tell you that $100 on Facebook is going to get you further than $100 on, I don't even think you can afford magazine ads or any other traditional advertising. So I will tell you that if you want to spend $100 on your business to see if anything yields, I would try it out with Facebook as opposed to some other traditional ad that can't even be measured. How is that magazine or that billboard going to tell you for a fact that X amount of people visited your site or X amount of people went to call that number that you put on there as a result? It's very difficult to track that when it's not digital and not social, like how Facebook is offering these different platforms and these different offerings. So minimum, I think that truly depends on your budget. I think, please be willing to spend a little bit more than usual when it comes to these kinds of things, because the opportunity is so ripe right now with Facebook advertising that I would do this better now than later before the prices go up.
Mabel, currently Facebook is making tons and tons of money with, So Mabel asked, are there ways to get Facebook ad credits for clients? Currently there aren't. There used to be when Facebook was really vying for business, but now they don't even need to do credits. And then Natalia asked, how to reach those followers of the celebrity or friends? How are they targeted when creating ads? Okay, that's a good question. So I can actually show you guys 1 second. Let me go into the ad set. Okay, so let me show you. We'll do that in real time. You got time for that, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to target celebrities, right? So if you wanted to do, let's just do traffic for now, because I just want to show you guys an example. We'll hit continue. Don't have to worry about those settings. So you want to target specifically the celebrity you're going after. Now, here's the thing. You want to go after more local celebrities that don't have a huge following, like, Kevin Hart or Angelina Jolie, just because the data will be a little skewed because they have so many followers. So you want to look at the followers within that niche. So if I'm thinking about travel, I'm going to want to target Nomadic Matt, right? So if I type in Nomadic Matt here, his page comes up. Now, sometimes if the person doesn't have a big enough following, they're not going to come up on Facebook and able to target their followers, unfortunately. But the good thing is if you can find one like Nomadic Matt, Facebook will automatically give me individuals that are similar to that interest. So I can target all of these. I hope that answers your question, Natalia. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Dan DeMassa, Mr. Die Epic himself.
How's it going, Dan? So he said, if you had to choose one type of marketing only for your website, what would you do? I mean, this is truly goes down to your niche and what you're trying to accomplish. But I think social media for the value and for the price right now is something that you would at least test. If you're going to choose one type of marketing, unless you know that billboards or referral marketing or affiliates are your bread and butter, I would at least test out social media. But this is a question that pretty much goes down to what you want to accomplish and what your business is. So let's see what another one is. So, okay, Christina, keywords, promoting a web series. And my ads have been rejected because of the word pornography. It's not porn, but it's the porn industry. You got it. That's very difficult to work with Facebook because they have very stringent rules when it comes to ads. I actually had a client that wanted to discuss, she had like romance novels, and a lot of the images on those books were obviously provocative, and Facebook does not really like those, and they don't want their feed to be filled with that. So they're pretty strict with that. I really don't know how to navigate that in terms of the adult industry, how to use it on Facebook, because they're pretty strict about using it. So how much would you recommend spending? AJ, I think this is something that we definitely have to sit down and discuss depending on what your budget is, because me telling you to spend $100 right now is not going to solve your problems. It's how you spend it, what your goals are, and what you want to accomplish with them. So I would set aside a small budget based on what you have available and say, this is what I'm willing to do. And then we could review it and say, okay, that's something that would make sense and how to navigate within it. But it's more something we have to discuss in person.
Exactly. Mabel, so your friend owns a hair salon. She tried doing this and she's enough. Next thing you know, she is spending $250 on Facebook ads that she couldn't control. How do you control that? Yeah, so the best bet is to set a daily budget, or you can set a campaign budget. So if her budget is $250 entirely, you can set a lifetime budget up to a certain date, and then Facebook will stay within those parameters. It might go a few dollars over, but if it's performing well, then you can always increase and decrease that amount. Adrian asked, what if you have no email list? How can we use Facebook ads to create a targeted list? That's a great question. So Facebook actually has a form integration, so you can do lead forms on Facebook. Adrian, it's really great because let's say you have a blog or some content that you want people to download. They don't even need to leave Facebook for you to be able to gather the information. Basically, the form pops up on Facebook. It automatically populates their email based on the email that's tied to their Facebook ID. And all they have to push is enter, and then they'll get your blog. So that way you can start building your email list for a really low cost, and then be able to put all that in an Excel sheet or MailChimp or any email client that you use and upload it directly to Facebook. Let's see. Brandon asked, John, what is your preferred e-commerce platform? I'll go over this one briefly, and then I'll let David handle the next one. So, Brandon, my favorite platform, hands down, is Shopify because of its ease of use. There's no HTML coding required, and it's really, really simple to use. There are other competitors like Magento, which is a little bit more robust and a bit confusing for people new to it. And then WordPress has a plugin called WooCommerce where you can add those attributes. But Shopify is the best because out of the gate, it's got tons of tools and integrations that work really, really well.
Yeah, so AJ, going back to, this is more of a website question. So you're saying, is it more would you rather spend more money on beefing up a website as opposed to spending on Facebook ads? I mean, it's a catch-22 because you can have an amazing website, but if you're driving no traffic to it, then it means nothing. So, having a great site is awesome, so that once they do land, they're impressed and, maybe want to get to a point of reach out. But at the end of the day, what you need to do is make sure that you're driving traffic to that website too. So yes, make sure that your website is bulletproof and has the content you want to show. Maybe you at DJ events, like showcasing the music you play, showcasing some of the ambiance, and maybe customer reviews. Make sure that that's all on there, but then leverage Facebook to drive people. Maybe it's event organizers. Maybe it's people who just got engaged and they're looking to, they're going to get married, so they need a DJ for their reception. All this kind of stuff, you need to start thinking about all these things together. So in both site and ads, site needs beefing up. So beefing up both of them, you're saying? I mean, this all goes down to budget. I mean, if it was up to me, you would do both. If you had the money to spend on both, I would do both. But if you want to prioritize, just make sure that your website is bulletproof and then start promoting it. You also don't want to drive people to a website that doesn't look good and doesn't function properly.
Yulia asked, let's see, do you recommend combining the ad setup for boosted posts for Facebook and Insta, or do you recommend setting up Insta ads separate? No, it's okay. I recommend setting them up separately because it'll be easier to track. Sometimes when you add too many ad sets, it's hard to know where the conversions are coming from. Of course, you want to add conversion tracking to every single ad that you set up, so that way it goes back to whatever platform you're using. But I recommend setting those up separately just because Facebook will optimize the ads on their platform a little bit more. Instagram is still a little wonky in regards to targeting, but Facebook is very, very laser focused. So I definitely set them up separately.
Yeah, and to piggyback, I think she was asking what plugin it was for WordPress that I mentioned. The Ad Espresso just released it, and I don't know the exact name. I will find it for you. But Ad Espresso is the one that they just launched a plugin that helps you connect with the Facebook admin and start targeting with WooCommerce. So it's pretty cool. AJ Falcon. That was definitely John. I mean, we both have access to web designers, and we can create sites, or we can guide you to creating a more budget-friendly site, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I mean, Julia, was there any other question, or did we answer that? Same with AJ. Cool.
All right, awesome.
Julian's typing. Let's see if there's any other last. I mean, we still have some time.
No. Take your time.
We still got till 2:00 is when we'll shut it off. So, if anyone.
If anyone has any other questions, feel free to sound off now. If not, we're going to get the presentation up on the site where you can review. Oh, here we go. Okay. Christina asked, what is the difference with the effectiveness with creating an ad versus boosting an event? You want to answer that one? Or you want me to
so it depends. If you want to create an ad that drives people, let's say, to an event page, Eventbrite page, or anywhere else where you have ticketing, then, and that's the way you're driving sales, it might be more lucrative if you have all the information there. If you have an event that's existing, but you have no one that says they're attending, or there's no content on it, there's no, it might not be a good idea to boost an event that seems to be, lacking in information and content and engagement. So I would suggest boosting an event if that page is beefed up, if that page has people that are already interested, engaging, so that others that come in and recognize it will be able to see that and then have a more, they'll want to be able to say that they're going to that event, as opposed to entering a room that's empty and seeing an event where no one's attending, and that might not look as good.
Awesome. Thank you guys for the feedback, Christina, Mabel. We appreciate you guys. Thank you all for taking time out of your day to check us out.
Awesome. And please, if you have a chance to fill out that survey,
that's a good idea.
It's really quick, and it would help us a ton, so we can decide what the next topic's going to be, and so that we can help improve this moving forward.
Awesome. Amy said maybe we can do it on Instagram. Yeah, we can do Instagram Live.
Awesome.
Simultaneously.
Yeah, we
right?
could probably do. We're thinking of doing a Facebook Live event too, at least leading up to the next one.
Yeah, wow, a lot of second Insta. Okay.
And we'll maybe we'll be announcing. I mean, we have the date for the next one. We just don't have the topic. It's going to be March 22nd, same time. But we'll be announcing it so everyone else can see it. We'd love to do Insta, but I think that it'll disappear right after. It'd be awesome.
Well, we could just have a record.
Yeah, true. We could do that.
Wait, I think we missed one. Oh, someone said they. Oh, wait, we got one more question. Sorry, guys, just going through the comments. Oh, here we go. Adrian just sent us a question. This one's for David. Is there a way to target Facebook users who use a particular product?
Yeah.
Good question.
Well, it depends. Is it your product or is it a product that is a competitor or in the industry that you're trying to target? Competitor. It depends. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be data or people follow a specific, unless it's like, let's say a certain Jordan shoe, but like you're not going to target Armani vests. You're not going to be able to find that really on Facebook's ad platform. It'll be Armani, and then maybe the second thing would be they like vests. It could be a second indicator.
Yeah, you know what? Let's show Adrian. Let's show you something live. So what's an example product? Let's see if we can hack this right quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Adrian left.
Yeah, I think he was thinking he was typing. He might be.
Oh.
Okay, photography. I mean, I think having a physical product might be, or unless the photography is trying to target people who like a certain product.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's open up the other window. Let's switch to the other one and show them what it would look. Okay, example product: coffee K-cups.
Okay.
That might be available.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do a live. Let's do a live right quick. Hold on. Let me minimize that. Go to my desktop. Okay, so you guys are looking at my desktop now. So let's type in K-cups. Right. So 171 people know, but Keurig makes them. Right. So Keurig. Okay. So what you can do now is Facebook has this feature where you can narrow your audience. Right. So let's do coffee, for example. Right. So basically what we did was we wanted to target Keurig, right? And we also wanted to target coffee, but we narrowed the audience because now they have to like coffee, but they also have to like Keurig. So it's not just we're going after people that like Keurig and they also like coffee. They have to like both of these simultaneously to be able to target them.
And you can add more layers to it.
Yeah, and you can add more to it. So you can do narrow further, and you can do coffee. Let's see, coffee lovers, right? And as you can see, this targeting number dropped to 24,000 people, right? So by narrowing the audience, you're able to get that demographic without specifically targeting K-cups.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Now we're going to try and open up the chat.
Hold on 1 second. Having some technical difficulties. There we go. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Oh, okay. Oh. All right, we're back. Sorry, guys. Okay, we got it. All right. Okay. Okay, great.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. We'll be available. You guys can definitely hit us up, and you guys know where to reach us at. If not, you have us on Facebook, Instagram. We're pretty much on all the social platforms available. And if you have any other questions, feel free to follow up with us. Do you think Facebook or Instagram is better for B2B? Depends on the industry. There's some industries that are a lot more visual, and the people who are in it spend more time on Instagram. There's the approach to target the users that spend time, that they're in your industry, and like reach them on a personal level, or you can target the companies that are within it. That might be more of a Facebook, LinkedIn approach. So I guess it depends on what style you like in terms of reaching these B2B customers, whether it's the employees and the people who work within the industry, or like the actual top decision makers of those companies, because each approach has a different, path. Do the ads have a shelf life after targeting the same segment for 3 weeks? I mean, if you want to hit them over the head with the same ad, you could keep doing it. And if you really want to get them with frequency and hitting that ad over and over so that they're aware of it, maybe from a brand awareness standpoint, then switch it up, maybe a little bit broader so new people come in. But that's totally up to you and your strategy of how you want to brand it.
And it really depends, Julia, on how the engagement of the ad is performing. So we've had e-commerce ad sets that have gone for weeks and performed well because maybe they're reaching 500 people a day, and our database of people that we're trying to target is 50,000, 500,000. As long as the relevance score stays high and your overall engagement stays consistent, then there's no reason to cancel it, because this is another point in regards to Facebook. The first 2 or 3 days when you set up an ad set in Facebook is going to be the most expensive. And then as Facebook optimizes your Facebook ad campaigns, the cost will get significantly lower, especially if it's targeting the right people. Simon asked, did you compare ad spend impact of Facebook versus AdWords? No, but I can tell you 100% that Facebook is more cost effective than Google AdWords, and it's more detailed in regards to targeting, Simon. So on Facebook AdWords, I'll do a comparison. We had a client that was doing, what was it? They were selling a specific product, and it might have costed, $1.50, $1.70 per click on AdWords. And then on Facebook is about 10 to 15 cents. So Facebook was definitely more cost effective. Oh, wait, let me do this.
That closes it.
There we go. Okay.
Cool. So then Lewis, well, I'm not sure what's going on with Alejandro's. You have to make sure that all the windows are like we had some issues.
We just changed it. Lewis said, I deal with Mexican restaurants when trying to target a fan page competitor's audience. The fan page does not show up as. Why is that? What am I doing wrong? They might just be small.
Yeah, they might be really small competitors. Like if they only have a couple thousand followers, they might not even pop up. So you have to maybe target bigger competitors or other Mexican restaurants that are similar. It might not even be direct competitors, but they have a similar audience. And that's the way around it. I don't think it's anything you're doing wrong. It's that it's not. Well, if it's Taco Bell and Chipotle, yeah, you should definitely be able to target people that like that. You should also be able to target by cuisine if they like Mexican cuisine, and as well as if they their behavior too. If they're foodies, if Facebook is making some of these composite audiences that are like preset, like people who are C-level executives and people who are foodies, and they have like all these attributes already built in. So you gotta spend time on the ads platform and really mess around with it to see what targeting features are available, and checking out some of these audiences because they change over time. Like even the platform where it shows all the different ad types, that continuously changes. We opened it up today and it was saying that this may change or this looks new. So just make sure that you stay on top of it, because from one day to another you could open up the ads platform and you could be something a little bit different. Facebook tweaks it over time.
All right, I think. All right, we've got a couple more. We'll take 2 more questions from you guys if you have any. If not, we will make sure that this is posted end of day today. Be sure to look out for our next webinar. We're going to do it big, and we want to make sure that we get feedback from you guys so we can make that sure it resonates around what you're looking for. Other than that, on behalf of myself and David, we want to thank you guys for taking time out of your day to join us on this webinar, and we look forward to many more.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.